acid, base and salt. Acid consists of H plus ions. Acid is sour in taste. In terms of base, it consists of OH minus ions and base is bitter in taste. Let's move on to the question. A student prepared solutions of an acid and a base in two separate beakers. She forgot to label the solution and litmus paper is not available in the laboratory. Since both the solutions are colorless, how will she distinguish between the two? The question given here is, in laboratory, they have two colorless solution in which they forgot to label the solution. There is no availability of litmus paper in the laboratory. Then how could you find whether the solution is acid or base? We can add phenolphthalein indicator, or by using pH paper we can find whether the solution is acid or base. See here, when we add phenolphthalein indicator to the colorless solution, if there is no any change in color, then the solution is said to be acid. If it turns to pink color, then it is said to be base. If we place pH paper into the colorless solution, if pH paper turns red, then the solution is said to be acid. If the pH paper turns blue, then it is said to be base. From 1 to 6, it is acid in pH scale, and from 7 to 14, it is base. At 7, it is neutral. pH is presence of hydrogen. Let's move on to the next question. Explain how antacid works. Antacid is basic in nature. Example of antacid are magnesium hydroxide and calcium carbonate. Hyperacidity is due to excess of hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, in stomach. When we add antacid such as calcium carbonate, then it becomes neutral. When we add base to acid or acid to base, the solution becomes neutral. By this, we can get relief from hyperacidity. Tap water conducts electricity, whereas distilled water does not. Tap water contains ion, so it conducts electricity, whereas distilled water does not contain ion, so it does not conduct electricity. For a dilution of acid, acid is added into water and not water into acid. If we add water into acid, we can see the liberation of heat. This is due to exothermic reaction. So, it is very dangerous. To avoid this, we will add acid slowly into water. This is the best way to add acid and water. During summer season, a milkman usually adds a very small amount of baking soda to fresh milk. Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate. It is added to the milk to prevent it to change into lactic acid, which makes milk sour in taste. At summer season, the temperature will be high. At this temperature, bacterial growth is more. So, lactose is converted to lactic acid by fermentation process at anaerobic condition. Anaerobic condition is absence of oxygen. Thank you.